Ooh, we're live. We're live. We are live. Good morning, and good morning again. Good morning, and good morning. Time to rise and shine. We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, 'cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. We're going to stop that too. So, alrighty then. Let me get my little music thing playing here. So, let's get ready to go. Alright then. I don't know why I got to do this every day, but some of these things you just got to do. You just got to do them. Okay. Sometimes you do. Hands raised high in pure delight, thankful whispers. Good morning. In a gentle breeze. Now I'm trying to feel better now. Grateful heart with such sweet ease. It's time to rise and shine. It's Monday morning. Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take. All right, I got some new today. I'm gonna try this. Let's see if this works now. My new intro. It's been around for a while, but I stopped using it. We change the world and history right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, 'cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. How was that? What do y'all think about that? That's pretty good. I hope it is anyway. Okay, I got a little things to do. I got to do a couple things to do to it, but that's okay. It's going to be part of the new genre here in a minute. Anyway, it's time to rise and shine. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is, as the sign said, Decisions 2.0. Why do we call it that? Because everything we do requires us to make a decision. And even when we decide not to make a decision, guess what we just did? Well, we just made one. So, it's time for our daily bread. That's our first call of business because, well, nothing's more important than a word from on high. So y'all hang loose. We'll be back. I'm feeling pretty good this morning, though. Woke up on this side of heaven. Great. Okay. And the ground's on, well, I'm on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of me. So it's time to rise and shine, everybody. First thing you say this morning is thank God for one more day, because it wasn't promised. And just remember, with every breath you take, somebody takes their last. Good morning. Let's celebrate this day together, at least for a couple hours. I'll be right back. And it's the 25th day of August 2025.
Through storms that rage and skies of blue, each day I wake and I choose you. In every heartbeat, in every prayer, thankful for life and the love we share. Thank you, Lord, for the journey we take, for the dreams that soar, and the paths we...
Great things in the past can inspire great joy, great prayer, and great hope. Hello, and welcome to another word of encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading is titled Great Things and was written by Arthur Jackson. On November 9th, 1989, the world was astonished by the news of the fall of the Berlin Wall. The wall that had divided Berlin, Germany, was coming down, and the city that had been divided for 28 years would be united again. Though the epicenter of joy was Germany, an onlooking world shared in the excitement. Something great had taken place. When Israel returned to her homeland in 538 BC after being exiled for almost 70 years, it was also momentous. Psalm 126 begins with an over-the-shoulder look at that joy-filled time in the history of Israel. The experience was marked by laughter, joyful singing, and international recognition that God had done great things for his people. And what was the response of the recipients of his rescuing mercy? Great things from God prompted great gladness. Furthermore, his works in the past became the basis for fresh prayers for the present and bright hope for the future. You and I need not look far in our own experiences for examples of great things from God, especially if we believe in God through his Son, Jesus. 19th century hymn writer Fanny Crosby captured this sentiment when she wrote, "Great things he hath taught us, great things he hath done, and great our rejoicing through Jesus the Son. Yes, to God be the glory, great things he has done." Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is Psalm 126. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Restore our fortunes, Lord, like streams in the Negev. Those who sow with tears will reap with songs of joy. Those who go out weeping, carrying seed to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with them. Now, let's pray. Dear Lord, there are times when we become discouraged and lose our way. Help us and remind us of the greatest thing you have done for us in sending your one and only Son to suffer a painful death. And thank you, Lord, that we have your holy word to lean upon and to remind us of your faithfulness and love to your people. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
And now, we pay homage to our armed forces of the United States of America. It's Monday morning, and thanks to those young men and women. And one of those young men and women are mine now. So hopefully, we'll appreciate the hard work and sacrifice that they do. And remember, freedom is not free. It costs something. And I'm glad there's still some young men in this country and some women who are willing to pay the price. Our leadership, well, that's coaching. Back on it. We're skipping PT this morning. We'll do. I mean, Z can take a day off. I can take a day off too. So we're going to play you something this morning, though. This is the guy is in this is Rick Rigsby. This is your motivational thing for today. The guy's name is Rick Rigsby, and he put out this. It's called "The Advice of a Third from a Third Grade Teacher." And then we'll get on to some interesting things to talk about today. But this right here, I just always got to play this on Mondays and Thursdays. Like we got to and maybe this will encourage you. I'm not sure, but maybe it will. It may not encourage you at all. I couldn't tell you, but we're gonna hopefully it will. Okay, And so if you want to look this up, it's called Rick Rigsby, The Advice of a Third Grade Teacher. So hang loose. I'll be back after this is done. And let me see if I can find it again now. Okay. Oh, there it is right there. There we go. Okay, so as soon as we get this, okay. So y'all hang loose, and I shall return uno momento. Okay, about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, so hang loose. We'll be back. At least I hope I will anyway. All right. So we shall return uno momento. Okay. Let me find my thing first here. Advice of a third grade. Come on, man. Listen, I can't play Rita Pearson every day. I think you're trying to tell me something there, Dr. Joe. You don't really like Rita Pearson, but Rita Pearson was one of my heroes. Okay, one of my heroes. Okay, didn't even know the woman, but she certainly made me think differently about some of the actions that some of our young people do in schools today, but and how we should deal with it. Okay, she certainly did that for me. Anyway, so we shall return right after this.
Wisest person I ever met in my life, a third grade dropout. Wisest and dropout in the same sentence is rather oxymoronic, like jumbo shrimp. Like fun run. Ain't nothing fun about it. Like Microsoft Works. Y'all don't hear me. I used to say like country music, but I've lived in Texas so long, I love country music now. I hunt, I fish, I have cowboy boots and y'all, I'm a black neck redneck. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? No longer oxymoronic for me to say country music. And it's not oxymoronic for me to say third grade and dropout. That third grade dropout, the wisest person I ever met in my life, who taught me to combine knowledge and wisdom to make an impact, was my father. A simple cook. Wisest man I ever met in my life. Just a simple cook. Left school in the third grade to help out on the family farm, but just because he left school doesn't mean his education stopped. Mark Twain once said, "I've never allowed my schooling to get in the way of my education." My father taught himself how to read, taught himself how to write, decided in the midst of Jim Crowism, as America was breathing the last gasp of the Civil War, my father decided he was going to stand and be a man. Not a black man, not a brown man, not a white man, but a man. He literally challenged himself to be the best that he could all the days of his life. I have 4 degrees. My brother is a judge. We're not the smartest ones in our family. It's a third grade dropout daddy. A third grade dropout daddy who was quoting Michelangelo, saying to us, "Boys, I won't have a problem if you aim high and miss, but I'm going to have a real issue if you aim low and hit." A country mother quoting Henry Ford, saying, "If you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right." I learned that from a third grade drop. Simple lessons. Lessons like these. Son, you'd rather be an hour early than a minute late. We never knew what time it was at my house because the clocks were always ahead. My mother said for nearly 30 years my father left the house at 3:45 in the morning. One day she asked him, "Why, Daddy?" He said, "Maybe one of my boys will catch me in the act of excellence. I want to share 2 things with you." Aristotle said, "You are what you repeatedly do." Therefore, excellence ought to be a habit, not an act. Don't ever forget that. I know you're tough, but always remember to be kind. Always. Don't ever forget that. Never embarrass mama. Yeah. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If daddy ain't happy, don't nobody care. But I'm trying to tell you. Next lesson. Lesson from a cook over there in the galley. Son, make sure your servant's towel is bigger than your ego. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Y'all might have a relative in mind you want to send that to. Let me say it again. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. John Wooden coached basketball at UCLA for a living, but his calling was to impact people. And with all those national championships, guess what he was found doing in the middle of the week? Going into the cupboard, grabbing a broom, and sweeping his own gym floor. You want to make an impact? Find your broom. Every day of your life, you find your broom. You grow your influence that way. That way you're attracting people so that you can impact them. Final lesson. Son, if you're going to do a job, do it right. I've always been told how average I can be. Always been criticized about being average. But I want to tell you something. I stand here before you, before all of these people, not listening to those words, but telling myself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best that I can be. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better, and better isn't good enough if it can be best. Let me close with a very personal story that I think will bring all this into focus. Wisdom will come to you in the unlikeliest of sources, a lot of times through failure. When you hit rock bottom, remember this. While you're struggling, rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and on which to grow. I'm not worried that you'll be successful. I'm worried that you won't fail from time to time. Person that gets up off the canvas and keeps growing, that's the person that will continue to grow their influence. Back in the 70s, to help me make this point, let me introduce you to someone. I met the finest woman I'd ever met in my life. Back in my day, we'd have called her a brick house. This woman was the finest woman I'd ever seen in my life. There's just one little problem. Back then, ladies didn't like big old linemen. The Blind Side hadn't come out yet. They like quarterbacks and running backs. We're at this dance, and I find out her name is Trina Williams from Lompoc, California. And we're all dancing, and we're just excited. And I decide in the middle of dancing with her that I would ask her for her phone number. Trina was the first one. Trina was the only woman in college who gave me her real telephone number. The next day, we walked to Baskin & Robbins ice cream parlor. My friends couldn't believe it. This has been 40 years ago, and my friends still can't believe it. We go on a second date, and a third date, and a fourth date. We drive from Chico to Vallejo so that she could meet my parents. My father meets her. My daddy, my hero, he meets her, pulls me to the side and says, "Is she psycho?" But anyway, we go together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. By now, Trina's a senior in college. I'm still a freshman, but I'm working some things out. I'm so glad I graduated in 4 terms. Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan. So now it's time to propose. So I talk to her girlfriends, and it's California. It's in the 70s, so it has to be outside. You have to have a candle, and you have to have, some chocolate. And listen, I'm from the hood. I had a bottle of Boone's Farm wine. That's what I had. She said yes. That was the key. I married the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen in my life. Y'all ever been to a wedding, and even before the wedding starts, you hear this? How in the world? And it was coming from my side of the family. We get married, we have a few children, our lives are great. One day, Trina finds a lump in her left breast. Breast cancer. 6 years after that diagnosis, me and my 2 little boys walked up to Mommy's casket. And for 2 years, my heart didn't beat. If it wasn't for my faith in God, I wouldn't be standing here today. If it wasn't for those 2 little boys, there would have been no reason for which to go on. I was completely lost. That was rock bottom. You know what sustained me? The wisdom of a 3rd grade dropout. The wisdom of a simple cook. We're at the casket. I'd never seen my dad cry. But this time I saw my dad cry. That was his daughter. Trina was his daughter, not his daughter-in-law. And I'm right behind my father, about to see her for the last time on this earth. And my father shared 3 words with me that changed my life right there at the casket. It would be the last lesson he would ever teach me. He said, "Son, just stand. You keep standing. You keep standing, no matter how rough the sea, you keep standing." And I'm not talking about just water. You keep standing. no matter what you don't give up. And as clearly as I'm talking to you today, these were some of her last words to me. She looked me in the eye and she said, "It doesn't matter to me any longer how long I live. What matters to me most is how I live." I ask y'all one question, a question that I was asked all my life by a third-grade dropout. How you living? How you living? Every day ask yourself that question, how you living? Here's what a cook would suggest you to live this way. That you would not judge, that you would show up early, that you'd be kind, that you'd make sure that that servant's towel is huge and used, that if you're going to do something, you do it the right way. That cook would tell you this, that it's never wrong to do the right thing, that how you do anything is how you do everything. And in that way, you will grow your influence to make an impact. In that way, you will honor all those who have gone before you, who have invested in you. Look in those unlikeliest places for wisdom. Enhance your life every day by seeking that wisdom and asking yourself every night, how am I living? May God richly bless y'all. Thank you for having me.
Advice, the third grade. I didn't say. All right, let me. All right, there we
The
go.
wisest person I ever met.
Okay, I got you. How are you living? I think sometimes those are questions we all have to ask our own self. How you living? How you living? What kind of example are we setting for the young folks? For your own folks? How about for yourself? Can you look in the mirror and say, "I'm doing everything I can, and I'm trying to do it the right way"? I think we all think that sometimes, but not really. Anyway, before we get on to anything today, let's see what the weather is for today. Today, it's a 4% chance of rain in the next 6 hours or so. Moderate precipitation, moderate ragweed, whatever ragweed pollen is. It's moderate. Air quality is good, and the UV index is high. It's summer. It's going to be high. That's the way it goes when it's in the summertime. Okay. Let's see what else. Okay. Partly cloudy skies, less humid today, and you can use some of that. High 91 degrees. Ooh, it's gonna be kind of all right. It's almost chilly. Winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a clear sky, low around 63. Winds light and variable. Tomorrow, if it gets here, partly cloudy skies, high 86 degrees. Winds. It must be coming fall. And the winds are 5 to 10 miles per hour. This right here, this is my kind of weather. This is it. I mean, listen, this is good stuff right here. I can go outside now and don't have to sweat and all that stuff, because I don't believe in sweating too much anyway, though. I'm thinking about it. Anyway, good morning to everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay this morning. An update to Z. Z is now at Fort Gordon. I think it's called Fort Eisenhower right now, but he's at Fort Gordon, Georgia, learning how to be a computer nerd, or whatever that he called that stuff. It's something. It's kind of like what I used to do all the time, but he's going to be a hell of a lot smarter than I am, so which is good. You don't want to be dumber than me, that's for sure. So he made it there, got on a bunch of airplanes. The hardest thing to do, I guess, sometimes is to let go. Because I know when he was young, listen, you need to get grown, get gone. I mean, I was so tough about, get on there, get out there in the world, trying to figure out what it's like. And then you ask yourself, did I teach him enough? Did he learn enough? Did I teach him the right thing? Or was I too easy on him? I don't know. I don't have the answers to those questions. But I do know one thing. At some point, our kids got to go on their own. They got to do their own thing, and hopefully you gave them the advice that you needed. I know I'm not the only parent that has been going through this. I mean, Emmanuel is great. He's up there, but he's 34 now. 34 years old. I don't really worry about you, but Z is still 18. But 18 is well, well, actually he won't, he'll be 19 in October, as a matter of fact. And I mean, if you golly, man, 19, that's still kind of young. But hey, but you need a job and need to pay your own bills at 19 for sure. But anyway, good morning to you all again. So he's down there. I'm looking at the new uniform, and it just, I don't know, man, it don't look that good to me. I mean, I like the color. I don't know if I like the uniform. But again, I came in a different time, so none of us will like the new things the way they are. But hey, it is what it is. One thing about the military is, like life, it will change all the time. Something changes, and so that's cool. Okay. Anyway, if you want to, if you got something on your mind, I mean, really, am I the only person going through? Where's my number at here? Am I the only person going through this thing where you wonder if you did the right thing with your kids? Okay. I wasn't I hadn't a perfect parent because I don't really know how to be a parent, but I do know one thing. I do know one thing that fathers are important. Okay, well, fathers are just a biological thing. Dads are important. They really are, um, to their kids. I mean, and if for no other reason, we help to steer them away from things that they ought not get involved in. Like join the Navy, okay, something like that. I mean, who wants to be out there in all that water? Okay, now I wouldn't have mind if he'd have joined in the Marine Corps, though. Wouldn't bother me if he'd have joined the Corps, because the Corps is good. I wanted me one of those one of those uniforms, but they told me I was too short to be airborne, so I couldn't go in the Corps. Well, I could have went, but I would have had to give up the wings. And see, and the military uniform don't even look good without a set of jump wings on them. Okay, and that jumping out of the airplane, it's not a big deal. Well, it's a big deal, but not really. But it does show that you have the courage. It shows that you have the courage to do the things that scare you, but you do it anyway. Okay. Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, it was easier jumping out of the airplane than it was riding down Interstate 85 for me. That petrified me, but that's okay. Good morning. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 7:39 in the morning. If you got to be there by 8 o'clock, then you have about 20 minutes by which to arrive. Let me see whatever happened. Okay, so somebody else got this is becoming not even news anymore. It's not even news anymore. And it's a shame because every time we mention this, somebody lost their life. Another human being has left Earth, I think, prematurely. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if God's in control, but maybe it ain't prematurely. But Montgomery Police Department responded to the 5,000 block of Carmichael Road at about 12:37 a.m. on, I think this was Saturday morning. Officers found an unidentified man who sustained a gunshot wound. He was pronounced, of course, dead at the scene. No suspect or motive has been released at this time. But if you know anything about this, please let the Montgomery Police Department know or somebody know, because that's not good. And I'm just trying to figure. I think I got it though. I think I got what some of our major problems are. The one thing that this generation has done, the last generation has done, the one thing we have done, we have made, rather than tell our young people to look in the mirror, wherever you are in this life, look in the mirror. That's the person responsible for that. Okay, that's the person responsible. I know some parents are just not very good parents, but the minute you know the difference between right and wrong, that is when you can begin to make decisions for yourself. It is us when we have found the enemy, and the enemy is us, you, me, and anybody. The guy who looks, or the woman, or the young lady that looks back at you in the mirror is responsible. And if you're in an environment that sucks, that takes the life out of you, then leave that environment. Oh yeah, it's easier to say that than it is to do it. Absolutely, it's easier to say that than it is to do it. But if it were easy, then everybody could do it, and it wouldn't mean a thing. It wouldn't mean a thing. So we have got to stop. And listen, I know the DHR people are good folks. I know they some of them are good. They work their butt off. They try to do the best they can, but I'm just thinking, uh, I just don't know. We need to something's going awry. Okay, something's going awry, and I just think we're doing we're not doing our due diligence. I think to we're not doing our due diligence to make our kids responsible. Okay, make our kids responsible. I think that's what I think that's what we really need to do at an earlier age or something like that. It's not, and let them know that wherever they end up at, it is because of them, and it's because of us. We got something to do with it, but there comes a point where your kids start making their own decisions. The best we can do is give them the correct information about those decisions. Last week I had a superintendent on Montgomery Public Schools. I'm gonna replay that sometime this week, or probably Friday. And listen, it was a great conversation. It was I still detect a little hesitancy of these people. And again, he works for the board. He works for. I really wish they would bring back corporal punishment. I really wish they would. They don't have to use it all the time, but there are some people. You can talk to them all day long. They don't understand nothing but some physical pain. And I wish we'd bring it back, but our board, the state of Alabama, said you can use it, but the Board of Education at Montgomery, Alabama, says we can't do that. We hurt their feelings. Okay, then. So we're gonna let them hurt our feelings. Okay, then I feel you. Okay. Oh, first of all, I will say one thing. I must thank the Montgomery Public Schools for one thing. My son is adjusting to really military life in a way that I never did at first, and in a way I never did. And he said, the environment sometimes chaotic. It's the same way my classroom was. So I said, well, then we need to thank the public school system for training him to survive in a chaotic, unorganized atmosphere. One that lacks discipline, although the military has discipline, but not when they first get there. Those kids don't know what's going on. So I will thank you for that, because he told me, he said, they act the same way here as they did in school. Well, some of them still 18, 17 years old. So I expect them to act a little crazy. Okay, I'm just saying. But that's good for him. That's good. That's good. So I just want to thank Montgomery Public School for helping the brother out, training him, giving him some pre-training, some free training, what it's going to be like in the military for a little while anyway, till he gets trained and gets all the things in there, and he's doing okay. So I want to thank you guys that. Okay, I just want to thank you guys. Okay, so that's one murder over the weekend. What anything going on today that I see? Okay, yeah. Look, the 10-day outlook is it's looking good outside. Okay, I mean, it's looking good. Tomorrow, like 87, Wednesday 86, Thursday 88. It's looking good. The weather is looking good outside. Okay, now other things. I think that some people from Alabama moved to Hollywood. Why did I say that? Because Lionel Richie's house, Lionel Richie sitting in the house, cool, chilling like everybody else, and somebody breaks in the guy's house. And I'm thinking probably they're from Alabama. So we'll find out. I mean, we'll find out how it goes. But yeah, they're probably from Alabama. So Lionel Richie went way up there to live amongst the rich and famous, and folks from Alabama are going up there already and robbed the guy's house. Okay, I don't know how they got in them house. I thought all them folks live in gated communities. Nobody get with fences 12 feet high and stuff like that. I don't know how they got in there, but they got in there. And Lionel's okay at the moment. Okay, I have to call him up. Yeah, I got his number. We'll call him up and see how he's doing. Okay. Also on this Friday, was it Friday? Okay. Sylacauga football game became a prayer meeting, according to the paper. Some Good Samaritans, of course, saved a referee's life who had a heart attack on the field. And our prayers go out to his family. And he wasn't playing football, but he was a referee. So good for him. Anyway, Good. Okay. Now, there's another shooting that happened in Tallahassee. Where is Tallahassee anyway? Anybody know where Tallahassee is? I don't know where's it. Is that like Talladega or something like that? Or are those two separate places? I thought one was just somebody, one spelled wrong and the other one didn't know how to spell it. I don't know which one it is, but I think Tallahassee, Tallassee. Y'all got some names down here. But anyway, but I've been here long enough not to ought to be used to them, but I'm not. The suspect who was injured in a Friday afternoon officer-involved shooting in Tallahassee is being identified. Adam Davis, 38 years old, is being treated at the Georgia hospital after being airlifted to, that must be close to Georgia, in the 2900 block of Notasoga Road in Tallahassee. Tallahassee police requested Aaliyah take over the investigation, and special agents of Aaliyah State Bureau of Investigation have taken the lead. How do you know? What do you mean? How do I know that? Because nobody else breaks in houses except people in Alabama. Though. I mean, who else is breaking in houses? They got to be from Alabama. They probably followed them up there. They're probably just waiting outside this place. That's how I know. Because we got a history around here breaking in people's houses and shooting people and things of that nature. If not, I guarantee you, if not, they got some cousins or some relatives that live in Alabama. Okay, I'm just telling you. I know, yeah, of course. I'm not. How you know I'm lying? Why would I lie? Okay, seriously, why would I lie? Of course I know they live in Alabama. They're from. If they're not from Alabama, they got cousins from Alabama. Okay. So, moving on to other things. So that's in Tallahassee. I don't know where Tallahassee is, but okay. DHR implements new transportation policy after 3-year-old's hot car. And I guess you cannot think about. You cannot come up with a scenario of every scenario of all the possible scenarios that happen in life. But it does seem in America we wait till something bad happens before we come up with a plan. I mean, are you telling me that we hire people that don't know that you shouldn't leave a 3-year-old in a hot car? I mean, we really hire people with that kind of mentality. Okay, I guess if you're not paying very much, though, that's what happens. But we in a place today where we have to tell people to don't leave that baby in a hot car, especially wrapped up in the blanket. We don't do. I mean, really, have we become that dense of a country that somebody always got to die before we take appropriate action to make sure it doesn't happen again? And that doesn't help the child. Okay, the Alabama Department of Human Resources, DHR, has implemented new policy in Jefferson County following the death of a 3-year-old in foster care. I mean, the child was already in foster care. Okay, and his death, poor child, is because of grown people did not take care of him. You know what I mean? They did not take care of him. I mean, I don't have to work for DHR. You don't need me to have a symposium or have nobody has to tell me that I don't need to leave my child in the car when it's hot outside with the window. I mean, nobody has to tell me that. Is that where we are in the state of education in America today? That we do not know not to leave a child in a hot car? I mean, I personally can't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get it. But hey, that's the way it is. DHR told WBRC 6 News Jefferson County DHR has implemented a new child transportation practice that any child aged 10 and under traveling alone must be transported by a DHR employee. But I thought this woman was a DHR employee, or she was a contractor. Same thing. I mean, same thing. If the check is coming from you guys, she's working for you guys. What's it I mean, she may not be a state employee, but she's a contractor. And while people are transporting these kids, they are in loco parentis. They are in lieu of the DHR. So let's not try to get out of this. Y'all responsible for this. If you hired her, you allowed her, and you evidently did not train her. So I expect Alabama, and money will never bring that poor child back. These people will love to have their child, but you know what? Since they don't have them anymore, they're gonna get something. They're gonna get something because of it, and I think they ought to get a couple $1 million. You know, I mean, it just how do you not know to not put a child in a car that's hot? How do you not know that? Why do we need to give lessons in that? Really, is there anybody out there that don't know that you should not leave a child in a hot car? Okay, but if you are, you need to call me because I'll tell you you don't need to do that. You don't need to leave a hot child in a car. I mean, that's just simple physics. If it's hot outside and the windows are up and the sun is beaming down, it's almost 100 degrees. Of course, you don't leave a hot child in a car. Okay, everybody knows that, and I keep hearing some of these people always whining. Oh, I left my child. I forgot and left my child in the car. I just want to know: have any of you out there, any of you, ever left forgot your child was in the back seat? Okay, I think these people are lying when if you cannot forget your child in the back seat unless you're depressed, unless your whole life is turned into mud and you don't know what to do, and you live you live in a state and can't find Tallahassee, Alabama. Hey, I don't know where it's at. I mean, I don't go there. You know, I don't have a clue where it's at. I think I know where Talladega is. Isn't that where they have the Talladegas, where they have where people pay all kinds of money to watch cars go left for a couple hours? I still don't understand. Well, I do. The only reason why people go, and if we honest with ourselves, you have to agree. The only reason people go to races, to race car races, it's the same reason we watch football and the same reason why we watch basketball and any other sport. We want to see somebody get hurt. I can just tell the truth. We want to see somebody crash. That's the only reason to sit in a ring with cars going left for 2 hours, because you want to see a crash. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Okay, let's just be honest about it. We want to see the car go up in the sky until it's headed towards you. Okay, and then you're trying to get the hell out of there. But anyway, so that's the problem. Okay, but we want to see. We want to see. Yeah, football. We like the end. At the end of the day, we like to score. That's good. But at the end of the day, we want to see somebody get their bell rung. Okay, we do. We want to see, like boxing. You know, we want to see somebody get knocked the hell out. We do. We want to. You know. Okay. Now I got some news for you guys. Now I was going to say that, but since you guys are my dedicated listenership, I'm trying to make it bigger. Y'all make sure I think it's responsible to tell you to share the video and all that stuff. So do that for me. I'm thinking about. I'm going to run for public office in Montgomery. I'm going to run for oh yeah, golf. Wait a minute. Golf is for the sophisticated of us. Okay, golf is for the folks who don't want to see anybody, and they want to play a game where poor people can't afford to. Okay, but football games, even poor people show up. We show up at basketball games. We show up at races. But golf, no. That is for the refined of us who wear suits and things of that nature. I'm just saying. So golf is not for everybody. That's why That's why we don't have stadiums. Okay, to play golf in. Okay, we don't have arenas to play golf in. We have the nice green cut grass, the aroma of the sun beating down on you, and we don't even have to run when we play golf, because we can ride a bucket or whatever that thing is they call it. We can ride the bucket to the next hole. So golf is one of those things for the sophisticated. Okay, and that's why nobody really makes a lot of people don't really make a whole lot of money playing golf. I'm just saying. That's what it is. Now, let me get back to my other announcement. Now, I know that once I mentioned this, I told myself I was going to run for office one time and see it all worked out. One time. Well, a seat has become card. Excuse me, my bad. The card. it's the card. Yes, yeah. Because they don't want to get sweaty. Okay, they got shirts on that look like they got them from the Goodwill sometimes that they pay thousands and hundreds of dollars for. Okay, because they want to let us know that they got money. I'm not mad at you. Okay, and they got some of the ugliest shoes ever known in sports, but they got they look like cleats but more refined. Okay, but look at we good. So golf is all right. I got some golf clubs. Somebody gave me some golf clubs, as a matter of fact. I've never used them. Okay, that's our joke for the day. But anyway, so I'm going to run for public office, but the right seat hadn't come up yet. But the right seat is here now. Okay, the right seat is here now. So, because here's what I'm finding. Everybody who goes in office seems to forget why they, once they start getting invited to all these places at the club and get a little money under the table and things of this nature, they seem to forget why they got there, why they went there. Okay, why they went there. Well, an opportunity has come up, and I'm going to take it. It's not. It's on. It's in the. If I live now, if I'm not alive, then that's the only way they will not get me on that ballot is that I'm not alive. I think people call it unalived. Okay, I don't know. We just can't say dead, but now I want you guys to be the first to hear this. Okay, because I've been thinking about it a long time. Because what we need in politics is some pragmatism. If it makes sense, let's do it. If it doesn't make sense, let's do it. Like the whole lottery thing. The whole lottery thing. Just about everybody, I can probably call anybody on the phone right now and ask them, do you want a lottery? Okay. Oh. Really? Who? Just for reference, the U.S. top golfer made $100 million last year. Well, who is that? Who made $100 million? And he's the only guy that made it. On football team, we got people making that much all the time. Damn near the whole team are making millions of dollars. Okay, just whole team. So, but anyway, because poor people sit in a ring, or they sit in an arena watching people knock the hell out of each other. Of course, now I watch them on TV. Okay, I don't really, Oh, Scotty Scheffler. Okay, yeah, it's a white guy. I should have known that. See, okay, I feel you, brother. Okay, where the black golfers at? Well, the only black golfer I ever know of is Tyler. I'm not. What's his name? The black guy. We can't play golf. What's the black golfer? Tiger Woods. Do we not have any more black golfers in golf? Really? And I do have a sports, since this is football season, now I'm going to put a sports thing as part of our conversation too sometimes. But let me get back to where I was going. Okay, so Scotty Scheffler. Okay, well, I don't know the brother. He's probably from Scotland someplace. He's not from Alabama, probably. But anyway, now moving right along. So I've been thinking about this for a while. What kind of politician do we need? We need a politician that's willing to go up there and do something different. And I've been different my whole life. They need to do something. We don't need to go up there, take the baton, and keep going the same race that they were running. Because that race is not working for the regular folks around here. That race is just not working. It's not working. There are places did we ever get any water? Do we ever get the sewage in Madison Park taken care of? Does anybody even know? Do we ever get it taken care of? We got places down in South Alabama where we can't even get clean water down there for some of these people. Okay, we got the American. What's that American? That Biden sent all that money here to us. What's it called? The American. What's that called? The American Rescue Act. during COVID, and we still can't seem Texas. Yeah, well, okay. Name one. Name. You said there are still great black pro golf. Okay, name me two. I just want to name. I want to see. Are we keeping them out? Have they been trying to get into the Montgomery Country Club and they can't play? I mean, tell me who they are. 'Cause I never heard of them. Tiger Wood is the only guy I ever know. Oh, and there was a black guy years ago, Benson. But you can put all the famous black golfers on one hand. Okay, one hand. I ain't mad at them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, golfing is not one of our great things, and but we don't really gravitate to golfer. Or I guess first of all, it costs a lot of money to golf. Okay, it costs a lot of money. You almost got to drive a Rolls Royce to golf. But yeah, a lot of money to golf. Like baseball. Now we are importing our baseball players now from Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. We can't seem to find all these black kids in poor neighborhoods who can play that ball. We can't seem to find them. We go all across overseas and bring people. It got so bad one time I couldn't pronounce anybody's name on Alabama State's baseball team. And I don't have anything against the players. I don't, but it just seemed like to me we got Alabama on one side, Tennessee on one side, Georgia on the other side. I mean, there's got to be people in this nation, young men who want to play baseball. I mean, does everybody got to be Hernandez or Amandalo? I mean, and again, not blaming them, but really, we can't seem to find anybody in America that can play baseball. So we got to import. We import our athletes and we export our jobs. I don't quite understand that. I don't quite get that. So that's one of the reasons why Joseph Brown. Okay, well, I've never heard of these guys until just now, so I'll look them up. Okay, but evidently they must not be very good because I never heard of them. Okay, only one I know is Tiger Woods. Okay. Anyway, but I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna check them out. Calvin Pete? No, don't remember him. No, I don't remember him. He wasn't too good too long, I guess. And I still don't know. Okay, what the what's so hard about putting the ball in a hole? I mean, what's so hard about that? And you get to ride up to the hole. I mean, come on, man. Now, if you took your hand, but I will admit one thing though. Now, the only thing I know about golf, and I love to see this every once in a while it is a phenomenon when it happens. When you sink a hole in one, when you shoot that ball, when you hit that ball that goes about 300 yards or 400 yards, and it goes in the hole. Now that right there, that's worth seeing. That's worth seeing. Okay, that's worth seeing. Okay, yeah, I don't know who Calvin Pete is. Sound like a basketball guy. But anyway, what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I was talking about something. What was I talking about? I can't remember what I was talking about now. Anyway, it was important. As soon as I get back to it, I will tell you. Oh, politics. So I've decided to run and say all those other years I couldn't run because I was on the radio, right? I was on the radio, and if you're on the radio, you cannot run for office unless you quit your job. Well, my job quit me, so now I can, and they can't do it because I do a podcast, so they can't stop me from doing that. So, and my constituency will be able to reach out to me anytime they want to on the podcast or call me up and say, hey, what about this? First of all, the first thing I'm not going to do, okay, hey, I got some golf clubs. I carry one golf club with me all the time. And anybody who wants to pay for me to come out there and golf, just lead the way, baby. Get some clubs for me, though, because I can't afford my own set. So just see, that's because golfing is expensive. And that's why a lot of brothers don't play that stuff. Okay. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving right along. So what I have seen since I have been in this city is a bunch of promises to people who have 15-minute memories. Okay. Who don't remember what you said, but having talked to hundreds of politicians in the last 34 years, Alabama politicians, yeah, you can almost say whatever you want to say. Okay. Now, when I tell you which office I'm running for, I know it's going to get out. I know all over town today it's going to be out there, and I know people are going to, be wanting to give me money for my campaign, and that's cool. I won't be like my main man running for governor. Um, I got experience, little education, a little ability to communicate effectively. So I'm a head up on him already. But I ain't running for governor. No, we aren't there. That's a chair that I don't want to sit in. But that's too far from the people. That's too far from regular people. Yeah, I mean, you get downtown on Dexter Avenue, upstairs, looking down at us like we're the serfs, like like we're the peasants. Now that's too far. I want to be down here with the peasants, okay? Because one bad mistake and you're back with them anyway. So you might as well not go too far. Now, I have been, and that has been a question that has been asked of me. Yeah, I'm a 220 some yards. Ooh, man, that's enough about golf. Okay, well, that's good. Now, my you cannot run for office in the state of Alabama unless you pick a party. You can pick, you may pick uh, independents if you want to. You won't hardly ever get on the ballot. So my party affiliation that when I run for this particular office, I'm going to run as a Republican because their philosophy better fits mine. And now I know I could be like some of our local politicians who have been Republicans their whole life until Montgomery became predominantly black. And then some of them became Democrats. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change my colors because I want to lie to the people, okay, about what I believe. No, the Republican. And listen, let me tell you something. I'm like Gandhi. The Republican platform better suits me, but I like the platform, but I may not like some of the Republicans. Okay, I don't like some of the Republicans because they always say they want black folks to join them, but they never really make an attempt to really seriously help you join the festivities. Okay, like writing checks. The only thing that matters in politics is who writes the check. You can have the greatest ideas in the world, but if nobody wants you there, then if nobody helps you, it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, but if I run, no, excuse me. I've been saying if for so long until when I decided to actually do it. But I'm going to actually do it, and I'm going to run on the Republican ticket if they allow me to. If they allow me to, you just can't run on these things. They got to let you run on their ticket because there's I could not in good conscience run as a Democrat, not because of the people, not because of the local people, but the boys up in Washington, will let you know in a minute. You may vote for us, but that doesn't make you one of us. Okay. And I'm gonna run as a Republican. But here's what I'm not gonna do. It is not going to be something that I wear around my head because I want everybody to know this. No, I'm running because philosophically I believe in what they believe in more than anybody else. And if you look at the major cities in America with high crime, bad education, substandard housing, all of those cities, the top 50 cities with the worst crime and the worst education are ran by Democrats. Now, I would imagine, and that is not a speculation, that is an absolute truth, and it is a fact. So what that means is that it's like Martin Luther King said, your life's philosophy will take you someplace or to take you no place. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I voted for a Democrat in the last election. I don't know. I can't remember. anyway, this is 27, and but they may make an exception for me because I'm special. You know, yeah, I'm special since I've always supported them. Oh, wait a minute. You know what though? Wait a minute. I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay, to be honest, I did vote for one guy in the general election. I voted for Shamari Figures because I liked him. And he's really not a Democrat, but he had to run as a Democrat. He's more like a moderate, like me. I'm more of a moderate. I'll let check that out. That's good because I like Shamari. So I'm not obliged to vote for people because of who they are, but I'm not necessarily unobliged to vote for them because who they're not. I look at what you do, what you say, but as a party. But I'll find that out. Yeah, that's a good. We gotta look that up because I know the Democrats ain't gonna never let me run if they don't. So then I'll just have to run as an independent. Then I'll just go around and make a. I know. No, I won't run as an independent. It's a waste of time to run as an independent. Can't get no money. Nobody. Your name, and if your name ever got on the ballot, it'd be on the back side of the ballot. I'm gonna get to that in a second, there, Dr. Joe. I'm gonna get to the second. That, as a matter of fact, somebody's a well-known Democrat is already running on the Democrat ticket for this particular seat, and I said, okay. So listen, why do I want to go through all of that just to waste money? Okay, so we'll see if the Republicans allow me to run on their platform. Uh, again, it is the job that I want to do, not have some allegiance to a party, but I am aligned. I do have an allegiance to a philosophy. And the Republican Party, as far as I'm concerned, is better suited for the way I think. Okay. But there are other people, because all Democrats are not crazy. They're all not crazy. They all, I mean, some of them, Shamari Figures is a moderate guy. He's a moderate guy, but that's because he's had a business. He's worked his butt off. He went to school. He did all this stuff, all the things that the America tells you need to do. Then that's why I like him. Okay, I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything he said. But then again, teeth and tongue fall out sometimes, and and you can't, and you can't agree all the time. But what you can do is not be disagreeable. Okay, what you can do is work with people, because again, my problem with our city council is that they're always whining about this the 5-4, the 5-4 difference in the numbers on both sides. And listen, even though they don't have to run as Democrats or Republicans, we know who are the Democrats are downtown city council and who are the Republicans. The ones, okay, the blacks are Democrats, the whites are Republicans. I mean, we know that. Okay, we know that. And one of them ought to change their mind and say, is this good for Montgomery? Somebody ought to change their mind and say, is this good for Montgomery? Okay. But we have this allegiance to a party as opposed to the people. Okay. I'm not allegiance to a party, but I won't do anything to say anything nasty about it, so I'm good. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you the office. I'm gonna tell you which office it is, but it's available now, and I'm going to run for it. Now the question is, can I raise the money? Well, I don't know. But I'm going to run for that office. I think it doesn't come up until 27, so I got a year by which to get my ducks in a row here. Okay, but after listening to all these politicians for 30 years on the radio, listen, I know the things to say, I know things not to say, but I won't ever say anything I don't mean. Okay, so I'm saying. But I'm gonna tell you what office it is. So it's open. What is that? Will they allow you to vote as you voted? Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. We will see if they will or not. I don't know. If not, then I'll have to well, you should run in the new Negro district. Let's see. You should run in the new Negro district. Haven't figured it out yet. Why other states can't dress it any way they want, except for the race and Alabama. Listen, I'm with you on that one. I think that now the governor, now the a federal judge who was actually appointed by Trump, as a matter of fact, is telling the legislature we need another black district. Now, again, all that means is when you get a black district or a white district, all that means we know which way not to go. Okay, and it just came up the other day. I think what is her name? Mantuso, or wait a minute, what's her name? Let's see. What is her name? Oh, her name is Manasco. Judge Anna Manasco. She orders the state of Alabama to come up with another map redrawing. Okay. Now, and here's my thing: anybody who believes that this redistricting thing is about the voter, I'm sorry, y'all just don't know. It's not about you. It's about the party. It's not about you. Okay, and they know that 95% of black people will vote Democrat. They know that. You don't even have to work for black folks vote anymore. You just don't. You don't have to work for it. You got it anyway. Okay, you got it. The Republicans won't pay as much attention because they know the chances of us voting for a Republican as a black person is akin to winning the lottery. Okay, yeah, chances are you're not going to win the lottery. It's a possibility, but you're not going to it. So I will tell y'all the party tomorrow, but I'm going to run for it, and I'm not playing. I'm not going to be playing about it either. I'm going to seriously run for it, and I'll be running. My name is pretty well already known around town, so I don't need the publicity. But I'm going to run for it hard. Okay, I'm going to run for it very, very hard. Hey, listen, if Omar Neal did it, hell, Omar Neal became the mayor of I'm not running for mayor though. Don't get me wrong. Omar Neal ran for the mayor of Tuskegee and made it. Okay, so again, every time they decide to put us in a black, quote unquote, black district, it doesn't do us any good. We still got the lowest school scores. Okay, we still have the highest crime in our communities in the black district. So again, it's another shell game. Only they know where the ball is. Okay, we've been playing this game for a long time, and we haven't won one game yet. So I'm just saying. Okay, tell us what. Well, I'm gonna tell you tomorrow what office it is. I'm not gonna tell you today. I'm gonna let y'all figure out which one you think. Let me put it this way: it's an office that will become available. That has become available because the person that's in it is not going to run, and there's already a Democrat who has decided that's what she wants to do. Me, I really don't have an allegiance to a party, but to get on the ballot in Alabama, you have to run for one party or the other. Yeah, you can't run as an independent. Oh, you can, but it's a total waste of time. I mean, that's like walking past a wolf. That's like walking past a bunch of wolves with a dead chicken. If you think you're gonna get out of there with that chicken, something wrong with you. Okay, so I'm just telling you. So I'm going to run for it. I'll let you know tomorrow what it is. Okay, and I hear what you're saying. And William, and the problem, and William's my buddy. The problem with them, with William and Troy, and who are great guys, as a matter of fact, is that when you run for a job, you have to make the people, not that they didn't mentally do, but you have to make the people the subject, not your party. Okay, because there are people who make these decisions based on the party you belong to, whether or not they're going to vote for you, which is stupid. They should see they should see, have you fought for the people? Have you went out there? Have you sacrificed for people? Have you helped people? Have you gone to the leaders? And I've done that. Have you gone to leaders and say, well, can you do this? Can you do that? And some of them can, some of them can't. And a lot. Now, I will say one thing. For years, I gave away we gave away computers, and we did all kind of things for poor folks during Christmas. And I went, and I will tell you this much: I went to my Republican friends, and they always gave money. So that other talking crap, I mean, Democrats are cool, but they don't really, they don't really get money. They really, it was hard, and all of a sudden the phone, nobody answered the phone again when you call. So philosophically, again, I am I would I lean toward the right. I just do it. That's no joke to anybody. But am I leaning to the point that I'm gonna fall off the bench? No, I'm not. But I cannot deny. If, put it this way: if you want water, if you want water, if you want um, um, water, there are two chemicals that must be in it. That sneeze there. If you want water, it's H2O. Okay, 2 parts oxygen, 1 part hydrogen. Okay. Now, if you want something besides water, all you got to do is change one of those chemicals, the equations. There's a chemical equation to success also. Um, doesn't guarantee it, but 1 part hydrogen, 2 parts oxygen make water. Okay, it just makes water. So you can't say I want to make rice by putting these two chemicals together. See, you think I don't know what that means, right? You think I don't know what that means. Yeah, I got you. Hey, Dr. Joe, I paid attention in school. Okay, I paid attention in school. I know you got me. I know what that means. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, I paid attention in school. There were some days I went to sleep, but most of the time I paid attention in school. I'm just saying. So I know what that means. Okay, so Trump puts in Trump's nominee for the federal judge. She's one now. Her name is Judge Anna Manasco. So Manasco, and evidently she says that we're going to come up with another black folks district. That way we know where they're all voting at. Okay. All right then. And here's my other thing then. So why don't we have a Korean district? I mean, really, why don't we? Why don't we have a Hispanic district? Because if the truth be told, there's 62 million Hispanics in America, and there's 41 million black folks in America. So we don't even hold much weight anymore. We people who do obscene things and, have more political power than 41 million black folks. The only black folks that got power in this country are in Congress, and that's the power to make sure that their purses are bigger now than they were when they went in. Okay, and white folks do it too, but they're not the ones who are always whining about life and what it's done to them. They get out there and they just handle it. Some of them whine. But anyway, sounds like you're going to need a helping hand. They are atoms. What? Uh, Oxygen is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. What do you mean they're atoms? They probably got atoms in them. I don't care what it is. I know what makes it up. Okay. And when you sit at home when you're sitting at home on your Google machine there, your Chat GPT, you can come up with all the answers right then and there. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Okay. Yeah, I know what you told me. Yeah, I know that's what it is. but it's still H2O is still water. Okay. Okay. One part hydrogen, the other part oxygen. Okay. Am I wrong about that? Of course, I'm not wrong about that. All I'm saying is that if you change one part of that equation, you no longer have water. Okay. That's all I'm saying. You no longer have water if you change that equation. All right. That's all I'm saying. All right. So now I'll tell you my let me see who's those people right there. Oh yeah. I'll tell you my the one I'm gonna run for tomorrow. Okay. Tell you tomorrow. Yeah, tell you tomorrow. But I'm gonna run for it and we'll see how this all works out. And besides that, it's a win-win for me. It's a win-win for me. But we need people in office that really, 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 really care. And the first thing is freedom. Nothing else matters if you're not free to do the things you need to do. So freedom is the first thing. And I'm all for the SNAP. I was in the store the other day, people whining about SNAP tickets. Well, I can't buy this. No, you can't buy that. You cannot buy cooked ribs with stamps. I agree with that. You can't, go buy you some ribs and go home and cook them. Okay, learn how to cook. Okay, so you can't do that. Okay. Also, late over the weekend, I guess on Friday, a Montgomery woman is trying to get her back on her feet after her downtown restaurant was broken into Tuesday. I think her name is Quebec Merritt, the owner of Plant Bay. I've been down there a few times too. Listen, that Plant Bay stuff it looks good. I haven't eaten anything because I can't figure out something that look like meat and ain't meat, supposed to taste like meat. But evidently, that's good. These folks busted into her business. And and stole the money. First of all, why do you leave money in the cash register at night? That doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, they did, and they broke their doors and stuff like that. So they cost them thousands of dollars, and they got a GoFundMe right now. Let me see if I can find where the GoFundMe is, because they need some help, and let me see. It's called Save Plant Bay. Plant Bay, Plant PLANT BAE. Okay, and just in case if you've never been there, let me show you where it is, and then you'll know what we're talking about. Let me see here now. Put that over there. Okay, show you what we're talking about. This is her business right here. Okay, now don't do that right there. Go here and do this. Oh, there we go, right there. Stop screen, share screen right there. And that screen would be a window. Yeah. Okay, and the audio. Okay, if there's any audio to it. Okay, you see right there? That's Plant Bay. That is the restaurant downtown that the folks decided to break into. Okay, so hopefully we'll get out. And they got if you go Save Plant Bay, you'll be able to donate to them so they get their business back up and go. I mean, we're in a time right now where we're trying to get businesses in, and folks down here trying to run you out of business. Okay, and you wonder why we have. Anyway, they took a crowbar and everything and broke into her building. So you might want to go down there and help them out, give them a couple of dollars or something like that, because I will. Save Plant Bay. It's a GoFundMe, and they are trying to. Now they only got a. This can't be. This can't be. I mean, all they're trying to raise is $2,000. I mean, like $2,500. What about they need to raise about $3,000, which now they're at $2,400 now, $2,497. So okay, well they ought to be done with this. This audience right here ought to be able to help them out. Okay, and then go down there and eat some food, eat some plant-based stuff. Okay, so that's the place right there. I don't know what their number is. I'll give them a call and see if they had some talk about it. But you see what they've done, right? See what they just. Whew, I'll tell you, I don't know. But anyway, I do organizing and advocacy for the LGBT. What's that on there for? I do. What's that got to do with Plant Bay? Okay. Words, it said word. Wait a minute, words of support. Got Chris Hancock. Hathcock says, "I do organizing and advocacy for the LGBTQ community, and every time we're in the Capitol, we go to Plant Bay." Well, why don't you just say you go to Plant? We don't really care what y'all do when y'all around. We appreciate you doing business, but we don't really care what y'all be doing. Okay, see, wait, Chris, come on, man. Everybody's got to play politics in this. Okay, I'm just saying, we don't care what y'all be doing. Okay, so you didn't even have to bring that up. You could have just left that out. You could have just left that out of the equation, out of the conversation. And I'm just saying, this is her second GoFundMe. Okay, well, I know they're going to need some help getting their stuff back up there. I think they had $800 stolen in the cash register, according to what the news said the other day. So a business can't come up with $2,000. Listen, see, Don, this is why nobody likes you. Okay. Now, if you never own a business, okay, most businesses thrive. Most businesses, it's tough, okay, to just come up with that kind of money. You got your money in receipts. You got your money in paying. She got people that work for her. They got to pay them. They got bills they got to pay. They got same thing we all have to do and run a business. Okay, so right, sometimes your business is worth more on paper, but you still need to have money. I mean, come on, man. But see, anybody's ever been in the business, so you've been getting a government check for so long that you don't know what it's like to have been. Well, I've been there, done that, and you don't know. So I'm not housing. Yeah, every once in a while I need help. I mean, do you think they're open for business because they already have all the money they need? No, they in business to make money. Okay, and they had money, but they stole some. Hopefully, they'll never leave their cash register. Hopefully, they won't leave their cash register out anymore and have people stealing the money, because that is not a very smart move. That just ain't very smart. But however, I understand. But anyway, so much for that. So much for Plant Based. So if y'all go there and see if you can help them. Right now they're at $24.97. So before I get off the air here, we want to get them at least to $25.50. Can we do that? I'm gonna get something to their GoFundMe also. Okay, because unless you have been in business for yourself, you don't really have a clue what you're talking about. Okay, you don't know. It's tough to be out there. Now, getting back to my run for office. Oh, what does this guy say right here? So a business can't come up. Well, again, they could if you donated to them. Okay. Hey, listen, I asked Donald Jenkins to come on if he wanted to via the thing, and he said he said we were what kind of insult did he throw at my way? He said, I think he said I wasn't smart enough to be on with him. I think that's what I said. I think that's what he said. I wasn't smart enough to be on with him. Okay, whatever. Yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion. If a business has to depend on others to pay their employees, they don't need to be in business. See there, another person who's not been in business. You think McDonald's don't depend on customers to pay their employees? Seriously, you don't think that the Walmart depends on customers to pay their employees? Really? I mean, seriously? Okay. So let's not act stupid here now. The money that comes in goes out for expenses. Okay. I mean, really, you don't think McDonnell Douglas expects the government to pay them so they can pay their employees? Really? I mean, the government expects us to pay our taxes so they can pay their employees. Okay. I'm just saying, y'all got to think about some of these things. Okay. You got to think about these things. Okay. I'm just saying. If that's the criteria, you'll never have a guess. Well, I don't know what you mean by that one there, Donald. Whatever. They're talking about you, not me. Oh, that's how they're talking about. I thought they were talking about Donald Jenkins. What are they talking about? I don't know. What do you mean by that, Donald Laurie? I don't have a clue what you mean by that. But anyway, so all businesses go in business to make money. So, and if they make the money, they can they can pay the employees. He said, I'm referring to hold on, let me see what he's referring to. I'm referring to those that only pay $3 an hour and expect the customer to make up the difference. Well, the optimum business is to let the customers pay all the bills, okay, and you make a little profit out the whole thing. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that now because when I used to buy equipment for my little business, I mean, I had to make the money first from customers and then go out and buy it, go out and buy my stuff. So that's not a big deal. I mean, come on, man. Now, if you work with somebody else's money, then you don't. The first GoFundMe raised $10K. I didn't know that. Oh, this is their second one. Oh, okay, then. Well, how much money they need now? Come on now. Are you sure about that? Okay, I don't know how much they need, but if they did raise $10,000, now that ought to be good enough to get them up and going. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know what's going on with them. They put it in. It's in the news on WSFA's website because I only seen the one. Okay, but let's say you put politics in everything, especially if it's about Democrat. Well, let me, Camilla, let me say this much. Martin Luther King. I read I did a thing yesterday about your life's philosophy. What is politics? Politics is merely the policies that are enacted to hopefully create a society or a community that we get along together. We can live together. The laws are just. They keep us together. So politics is in everything. You can't take politics and your life's philosophy. Martin Luther King thought about it in philosophical principles make up. Okay, philosophical principles make up who we are and what we do and how we interpret the world. Your life's philosophy is important, and that life's philosophy is somewhat helped to be made by your experiences in life and the politics in the world in which you live in. So we cannot do away with politics. If you pay taxes, you are helping the world of politics. And politics, of course, is the policies that govern a society. Okay, and the laws that govern a society. And so you can say you can say you're not a politician if you want to say that, but everybody is. Oh yeah, high school football. Yeah, pleading out the final score. Oh yeah, I haven't done this already. I don't know who won. I'll have to find that out in a minute here. But I do got a sports segment going to go at least 15 minutes doing football. See, we're gonna talk about the game, baby. We're gonna talk about the game. Long as Notre Dame's winning, that's all that really matters. Yeah, and oh yeah, and the Tide. But if I had to pick the Tide or Notre Dame, well, yeah, I'd be picking Notre Dame. Okay. But anyway, we'll see what's going on. Yeah, Notre Dame, baby. The Fighting Irish. All right. The numbers here. Now, if you want to okay, let me see. Oh, okay. Hello.
Mr. Elkins,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, young man?
I'm doing fine. How you?
Okay. I've been listening to some of you conservatives like Ron Paul talk about the fact that what do you think about your party becoming socialist?
Well, you can't be a socialist and be a Republican.
Okay. What about some of the actions your president and then your party been doing lately? Intel. Let's talk about Intel. That 10% deal. What's up with that? Yeah.
Explain, because I mean there are a lot of things.
Uh,
There are a lot of things.
mm,
There are a lot of things
okay, you
wrong
have
where
done your.
I
You
don't know.
know what? Your president trying to get involved with companies and we getting involved 10% of that. Ron Paul called that socialism, and
Uh,
that
I,
it just socialism with an R in front of it nowadays. A couple of
oh, I know what you're talking
Republican
about. Yeah, yeah. I heard
people
about that.
complaining about that, sir.
Yeah,
Huh?
I heard about the other day. I
Your
heard.
truck been he
I
has
don't think
been.
we. Yeah, that's as bad as the guy almost who in New York running for New York mayor wants to have the government to run this grocery stores. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. And if Congress, he can say all. Trump can say all. I mean, he's a businessman more than he is a chief executive, except of his own business. But I don't. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want.
Your president to trying to control all business,
However,
colleges, and all this
wait,
stuff,
wait,
man. Everything he
wait,
want to put his hand in.
wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute. The government's hands already in everything. We giving.
But
Wait, we giving.
but you would know your party said they don't do stuff like
Wait a
that.
minute. We
They
giving
don't do
Harvard.
social stuff.
We giving Harvard $2 billion when they got a $52 billion
And this,
endowment.
hey, and your same White House is I sent you the stats of the states that got the highest crime.
Yeah.
Half of them where your speakers located down in Louisiana. We can go to Arkansas. We can go to Tennessee. All these Republican states are.
I'm talking about cities.
No, we're talking about the states and the cities.
No. The cities. The cities make up the state.
Okay, let me break it down for you. In the states where Republican hold down in Tennessee, Memphis, Arkansas,
and
crime is high.
And who
in the cities down there, Monroe, Louisiana.
You're being disingenuous because their cities.
Look it up yourself, sir. Do your homework. I did my homework.
I did it last week for 2 weeks. The cities are
in
the cities. Memphis is ran by a Democrat. The state may be ran by a Republican.
My point is, though, these cities' crimes are higher than the ones he's going after right now. The city of Louisiana got 400% more crimes than.
That's not the capital of the United States.
Washington, okay.
That's not the capital. That's not the capital of the United States.
No. Let's tell me now. The state of Texas, Houston, is ahead of Washington D.C.
Again, that's not the capital of the United States. That's not the capital.
Memphis is ahead of Chicago. And Arkansas is ahead of Chicago. They need to send the National Guard back down to Arkansas.
They need to send them to Chicago. They need to send them to Chicago.
No, take care of their own. The crime in Arkansas is higher than
only
Chicago,
in the blacks, only in
2025.
Only in the cities where the Democrats are running things.
No, that's the state.
It is.
And the city. But what I'm saying, you're not listening to me. What's happening right now? The cities that he chose to go after, okay? All of them are Democratic located, poor black neighborhoods, okay?
That's right.
And poor Birmingham, Alabama is on the list.
It is on the list.
Bessemer is on the list.
It's ran by Democrats.
What I'm saying, the states that's run by governors that are Republicans, that the crime in those states, the crime in some of the cities in those states, Cameron,
let me tell you why.
Are higher.
They ran by Democrats. And the cities that are high crime ran by Democrats, not the governor.
You're not listening to the point I'm making.
I'm answering your point. You know why they don't go in there and balls to the walls in there? Because they know the minute they go in there tough like they're like Trump right now to clean up some of this crap and this crime, all black folks gonna say they prejudiced.
So what I'm saying, when you talk about crime, Kevin,
yes.
When you talk about going in these cities for crime, you don't specify. Say I'm gonna take care, go out and guard the damn park where the white folks gonna hang out at in Washington D.C. He's not going over there with the real crime in the neighborhood. I haven't seen anybody being arrested. None of the gang members, all these bad folks in Chicago.
Let me ask you a question.
In Washington, D.C., he's not going after these people. He wants to protect the area downtown.
I don't blame him.
Feel confident and safe.
I don't blame him.
But why not start at? Why in the hell Arkansas want to send in National Guard when they need to take care of the damn crime down there?
I'm with you on that one.
The same way.
I'm with you on that. That's a political move.
But the reason they're not doing it because these states are where Republicans and so-called conservatives governor resign.
Well, let me ask you a question. Now, let me calm down. First of all, don't you find it absolutely disgusting that these cities with all this high crime, and most of them are in black areas, don't you find it absolutely disgusting that it's like, forget what he's doing. The fact of the matter is they got to do something because we are out of control in our urban meccas. Why
Well,
are we,
start.
wait, wait, wait.
Well,
Why,
see
why
what he
are we
need to
like
do.
that way? Why are we like that?
Look, careful. What your president needs to do is start at the ones with the highest crime. Hell, the Washington D.C. is not the highest crime city, regardless of where.
It is one of them. The fact of the matter is, Washington
He
D.C.
needs to start at the damn worst.
No,
Don't come in picking on the black folks and trying to
Every
get a damn
city-
photo out for your wholesome
okay,
white supremacy groups and all the
Yeah.
folks that you promised that you're gonna do all this stuff.
okay. The cities, first of all, and
See, you can't
Washington
argue
D.C.
this one, dude. You
Washington,
can try all you want to.
Washington D.C. does not have a governor. Okay,
Kevin,
wait a minute. Washington D.C. belongs to Congress,
Chicago had one.
huh?
Baltimore had one.
But
He called
we ain't
the
talking about
the governor of Maryland. He called the governor of Maryland and told him he's coming to his city, and that man said, "Come walk the street with me so
Well,
we can talk
well,
about it."
if-
Trump said, "I'm gonna take this money for the bridge that he didn't give
So-
the damn money
so-
for the
so
man
let-
for the street."
So let me ask you a question. If your mayors and your governors, like in California, like dumbhead named Newsom, if your people are getting killed, slain on the streets,
And like in Arkansas,
wait,
in Memphis, Tennessee,
wait. If your people are
Okay.
being slain on the streets of America, and they have police departments, National Guard, and all these people, and they're not doing anything about it, the president is the president of the whole nation. So therefore,
well, there you go. Oh, there you make my damn point.
hold
The point is, start at the highest crime
Let me
cities like
finish.
Memphis, Tennessee, which is owned by damn Republicans.
Okay. You cannot start any place until you fix your own house. Okay,
You don't want to hear.
you can't.
Let somebody else try to help you out, so I can't help you. Damn it!
because man, you
Bye, son. Bye, young man. Because
Yeah.
you losing this one.
you've been a Democrat too long. My bad. You have to take care of your own place before you go taking care of anybody else's place. The fact, what our concern should be is our concern should be, how did our cities get in this mess? What brought the mentality of people to want to slay your people in the streets of America? So just tell what caused that? I mean, it's a shame that the president of the United States got to get involved. Okay, that has to get involved with in any state, any city. Okay, I mean, that's what we ought to be worried about. What in the hell has come over some of our young folks in these cities, not so young folks too, that it's more dangerous here now than it is in Iraq or Iran or Tehran, Germany, Korea. That's the problem here. And I don't blame him for doing it. Matter of fact, there was a black lady on the news the other day who came up, and if I can see if I can find her, who's walking down the streets, a black lady who's walking down the streets of of Washington, D.C. right now, saying how nice it is to be able to walk down the street without fear because of what Trump did. Black woman, of what Trump has done. They don't have to worry about people lying out on the middle of the streets. They're not worried about people stealing their purses, walking down the street. So the fact of the matter is that what the man did, what needed to be done. Okay, he needed to be done. And the question, and we worry about what he's doing. What we should worry about is why he had to do it. We got people holding up Secret Service, which doesn't say much about them. They're tasked with Secret Service things such as VIP protections and things of that nature. And hell, they getting held up. They getting held up. So now, what caused this? What caused it? That is our problem. It ain't what Trump is doing. It's what caused Trump to have to do it. Okay. Okay. I mean, think about that. Think about that. I don't know why you was calling me back, but hey, this is a quick podcast. You can call back. I don't care. What caused them to do that? Okay. And that's the conversation that we just can't have in America. Well, we just can't seem to have it. What you want, man? What you want, man?
Look out.
Yeah.
I read some of those texts. Greg P. Yes, I can call racism. Hell yeah, a lot of racism going on, dude, right now.
That's right.
Within the White House, the way they acting, yes.
Well, what
The
are they
actions
doing?
are.
Wait.
Mr. Curmudgeon, yes, it's going on. I ain't scared to call it out.
Wait a minute. What makes it racism?
The way he's handling, the way he's going about
No,
things.
be more
Worry about the
specific.
damn Smithsonian. Worry about the damn Smithsonian building up there. Come on. People focusing on slavery too much. Hell yeah, your white folks did a lot of crazy ass dirty shit.
And
they hung Negroes and all that shit.
And there's
Come on now. They want to act like it's all right now.
Wait.
So white supremacy going away, Calvin?
It has.
Going away.
It don't bother
Say he wants to make it in a good image. Hell, why he put the damn Confederate monument back up? He want a good image. Why in the hell he put all the damn at these Fort Benning Georgia, put the name of the old Confederate guys back on the
No,
base
they
and all this
they
crap.
just
If
renamed it.
If he wants to get a good image for the American people.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
See, y'all full of bullshit on here, and I call your asses out. Now,
Wait.
Don and Mr. Greg P., you can't challenge me, buddy. Bring it on.
Yeah, you can't.
Y'all ain't got no shit for the part.
Yeah, we can.
How can you? You don't do your damn homework. I do my homework.
Yeah, I know you do, brother. Yeah.
The people in Arkansas want to walk down the street too, Kevin. That black woman in Arkansas wants to walk her down the damn street.
That's why they got governors.
The one in Memphis wants to walk her down the street, but your president focuses on the Democratic.
That is why they have governors and mayors in those states.
Well, why the hell Governor Ivey hadn't solved the crime in Birmingham and Bessemer?
You got to call
Why the hell the governor of Texas hadn't solved the crime in Memphis, Tennessee? Why in the hell the state where you are the Speaker of the House boy down in Louisiana hadn't dealt with that shit down in Monroe, Louisiana, and all those places?
Hey, call me tomorrow.
On and on and on and on and on. Let somebody else answer this shit for me.
Call me tomorrow. I understand. You're taking that democratic medicine. Okay, I ain't mad at you. That's just where it goes. Again, the question we should have, Mr. What do they call you on the air? Anyway, the question we should have is, why is our cities and states in this predicament? Why are we in the predicament where people are getting killed in America every day? So if you're, and this is one of the reasons, if your cousin robs a bank, when we talk about the Confederate memorials and stuff like that, listen, I think all that stuff ought to be in a museum. But if your cousin robs a bank, he's still your cousin. And even though back during the Civil War, and Lord knows I'm glad I wasn't here because I probably wouldn't have made it. Now that I got the same mentality I got right now, I wouldn't have made it. But it happened. Those things happen. There's nothing we can do to change history. The best we can do is try to move forward and make us a better us. Okay. I mean, when you guys start losing an argument, then you want to go back to 1860 something or 1890 something or something like that. Okay. I mean, the country is trying to be a better place. It really is. And you cannot tell me it's like it is today as it was yesterday in the 1800s. It isn't. Okay. We have better opportunity. But again, we are a great country, but we're not a perfect country by any means a stretch of the imagination. We're not a perfect country. We're just not. But we're better than most places I have been. Been a while since I've been overseas. I got a passport, but I got a passport, but I don't see any place I want to go. You know, I just got the passport because I wanted to look important. But I don't want to go to nobody else's country. I got hard enough time trying to get around this one. So I don't want to go to them places. I can't think of a country that I really want to go to. I just don't. Nothing beats America to me. Now, everybody else, everybody can have their own thing. I mean, you go to some of these countries sometimes and mess around, can't get out. I ain't going. And I certainly ain't going unless I'm with a big old organization called the United States Army. Okay. Here we go. Greg P. and Donna sound like people who are still better. Dred Scott is not the law of the land. And again, give me the indication of that. I think people are tired of hearing about what happened a long time ago, and when we're trying to make it better, I think that's what we're doing. Like the last guy, you just if you tell me that we're not a different country, somebody lying. We just a different. We are a different country. We're not the same country, but we hold on to that past to make up for the inadequacies that we hold on to. Okay. So anyway, so much for that, man. I forgot what time it was already. You know what? I'll tell y'all the office I'm running for tomorrow. You might have a problem getting back into America. Why would I have a? Yeah, well, that's why I ain't going. That's why I'm not going out of America. There's no other country that provides me with all the things that America does. So why in the world I want to go back any place? I know I'm staying right here, but I do got the passport, and it's an American passport. So, but I never used it yet. There's just no place that I want to go to. No place, Now I would like to go back to Baumholder, Germany, to see what it looks like now. Since I was stationed there back in the 80s, I'd like to know what it looks like, a place like that. But I'll take some pictures. I use that Google satellite. Yeah, I use that Google satellite, and I ought to be able to find it on the map someplace. Because there's just no. So to me, nothing's so bad in this country. I want to live someplace else. I'm sorry, and ain't gonna that dog ain't gonna hunt. But anyway, so much for that. I guess I gotta go, but we'll talk later. And listen, brother, you got to stop being so mad using that bad language. Now, this ain't radio, so I can't admonish you. But come on. See, you lose the argument when you can't express yourself intelligently. Okay, I'm just saying we can all disagree. Oh, there he is again. What you want, man?
I want to apologize for these people not knowing my style. I just get down like that, Kevin. I'm not mad. I love curmudgeon him and whoever the Greg Peter new cat. I don't know who in the hell he is.
Hey, I got to run. We can finish tomorrow. Oh, and tomorrow we'll tell you which one of these offices I'm going to run for. So I just want you guys to know that it's coming, baby. It's coming. Well, my time's up. I appreciate yours. Back tomorrow, the good Lord says the same. And remember, it is not the falling that gives you strength. It is getting back up every time you do. Have a great day. Go Notre Dame and roll tide. In a gentle breeze, grateful heart with such sweet